afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the live Q&A session. My name is Danny, and like I said, this is the live Q&A webinar. Before we will begin, I would like us to go through a quick sound check and perhaps also the chart. If you can use the comment section, the question section to verify that the sound is okay, and of course that you can see the chart. That will be amazing. Okay, and in the meantime, I will thank you, Sarah. I will go through the presentation, and thank you, Andrea. And I will go through the structure and we will see together how the webinar is going to happen. So the first thing is the previous questions. Those guys are questions that we received, okay? And we are going to go through and try our best to answer. Second part will be the dynamic questions, which is the true nature of the webinar. So guys, you can write any question along the webinar, regardless the topic that we are in. And from there, of course, I will put your question right here. I'll put your questions, and we will try again the same as here. We'll do our best to give you the best answer. Lastly, it's not really lastly, but on the third part, we'll have a bit more informative part, which is I'll be sending you those links to save you the time and the trouble to look for things. And lastly, analysis. This is only if time will allow us, and if we will not receive analysis questions related. And then, of course, if it will be covered through the questions, we wouldn't want to waste time on that. Okay, there is a question here. Can you let me know what is the tag, please, on the welcome screen? It says to copy and paste it and to send it to your account manager for a personalized trading session. Yes, I will use your question as an example, Andrea. First of all, thank you. Just a second. Okay, as an example, and then we will definitely get on it. Please, okay, yes, we'll definitely get to it very soon. Okay, so before we will begin, any capital markets and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only. It should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice, recommendation, or a suggestion. Guys, a very common question about this webinar is if it's recorded or not. I'm gonna tell you that it's recorded. Similarly to the one that we did yesterday, all the webinars recorded. Usually they're uploaded to YouTube to our channel within the next 2 days. I don't want to make any commitments, but it could be even today. And that's it. So if you need something to see something again, or you just want to, you didn't fully understand something, you can just review it again on our channel. Okay, so I'll make sure that the webinar is recorded as it's supposed to be. And okay, so we are back and it looks great. I hope that you can see the screen, right? That you can see the chart here. Okay, and let's begin with the questions that we received. Okay, previous webinar questions. How to use leverage? This one is easy, very good. What is a good entry point? It seems simple, but there is much more to it. Who can help me with my documents? Is that really a common question? Well, that's also easy to fulfill. Should I use signals? That's also a very interesting one. How can I copy someone else? Okay. There is another question here. Can I lower my leverage? I will answer this swiftly. But the question is if I can get for the second question. Oh, it worked. It worked magically. Is it? But I'm rephrasing. I'm rephrasing the is it possible to change or to lower my leverage? Okay. Okay, so the first question that we will attend is the easiest one. Who can help me with my documents? So there are two individuals. One is obviously the customer service, and you have a senior account manager, okay, that can do much more than just to help you with the documents, but they're there as well. So you can contact them for this kind of assistance as well. But I'd recommend the customer service, live chat customer service. Okay, should I use signals? It's a bit more complicated than just to jot down the answer. How can I copy somebody? That's it's pretty easy. Well, to copy somebody else, there are few options, right? You have AvaTrade as a solution, which is a third-party company, right? And you have AvaSocial. Okay, those are some of the solutions that we provide. This is in-house. This is third-party company. The difference is with AvaTrade, you have different strategy providers. I don't wanna call it a different trader. I believe that obviously it's a different strategy, it's a different trader, but it's not necessarily. Okay, so you get several strategies to select from, and you can get the nice Excel sheets to review the results and the performances and to decide which provider you're going to go ahead with. Similarly, you have AvaSocial, and with AvaSocial, you can follow somebody before you copy his trades, and that comes very handy because, especially for beginners, because beginners not necessarily come with the required experience with a strategy that works. And I guess that this question is pretty common among beginners, but intermediate and advanced as well. I mean, look, to copy somebody has many advantages, but it's not something that I purely rely on permanently. Let's put it this way. But like I said, it can have a major contribution. Okay, so let me put this aside. Of course, there is a certain fee to that, right? It's not for free, but we're not going to delay on that. How can I use my leverage? This takes a bit time. What is a good entry point? That's analysis. Who can? Okay, should I use signals? Okay, I'll be honest and say that those are both analysis questions, but because we already have a question here about the leverage, I have a tendency to get them together. When you swipe the stop loss function in AvaTrade Go, it is activated automatically. Look, I'll show you an example, but first, if you don't mind, oh, what did I do? Okay, but first, we're gonna get ourselves somewhere to place the questions. Okay, and then we can minimize that. By the way, just on a nutshell before I'll carry on, so it won't look odd what I'm doing. This is the web trader, and to use it, you don't have to download anything. You just log in with your email and password to the website, and you're supposed to see exactly that. If it doesn't look this way, you can contact either your the customer service or your senior account manager, and they will fix it for you. But it should look like this, okay, when you're logging in with your email and password. Yes, about the leverage, we're gonna find ourselves a nice candidate. we're going to minimize through those two tiny arrows, clicking on it, and we're going to hover through the list, or perhaps we'll find an asset by ourselves, maybe through the indices, maybe through the DAX. No, what I'm looking for is NASDAQ, right? This is NASDAQ, by the way. Oh, sorry, this is NASDAQ. This is something else. It's the FTSE. Yeah, so this is how the leverage. First of all, for the how to overcome revenge trading. Ooh, it's a lovely question coming from Mawansa, right? Thank you. I will get to that in a minute. That's a beautiful question, so I'll put it down right here. Oh, maybe I should have. Never mind. I'll copy this one, and will it work? Yeah, like a charm. Oop. Okay. Yeah, so the leverage. First of all, how to use the leverage. Secondly, you know what? Let me switch. First of all, I'll answer the one. You can send a request to your account manager. Let me put it this way. It's possible. It's not a pretty common thing, but it's possible. It's possible through a request to your account manager. Now, it's not guaranteed. It's very case specific, but it's possible. Okay, so how do I use the leverage? Now, when I'm looking at an asset, this is NASDAQ, as we said. NASDAQ now sitting in a very interesting place. The getting close to the 15,000 line. Let's see how many days we are away. Possibly tomorrow. It has potential to get to the 15,000 line. Okay, at present it's 14,900, and we're going to use the example for the leverage with 5 shares. Okay, I want you to take a close look. In here, that's the lot size. In here, that's the units. Meaning, if I'll do this, that's 0.01. If I'll do that, that's 10% of a lot. And in here, we have 100% of a lot, which stands for 100 units. You see that the value here is how much this position worth. So naturally, if I'll take 1 unit, it's the same price. If I'll take 2 units, it's multiplied by 2. And we're going to use 5 as an example. Now, that means that its value now multiplied by 5, right? In this case, if this is the value, okay, hypothetically without leverage, I would have need almost 75,000 quid to take this position. But because we have the leverage, and the leverage, what it does, okay, is it multiplies your, just a second, multiplies your buying and selling power. That means that because I multiplied, I don't need this much. But hold on, how much am I multiplied by? I am multiplied by this figure, 1 to 20. That means that my account hypothetically is 10 times stronger for NASDAQ. So with this logic, I can just divide the leverage by the value by the leverage, and I'll know what's my necessary amount, which means my margin impact. So 74,500 divided by 20 is how much? 3,720. Yeah. So that's what I need. And that's exactly how the leverage works, right? The leverage is giving me selling and buying power. And thanks to that, I can take a larger position that I could have had without the leverage. You see, I couldn't even occupy a single share because I don't have enough. You see, I have 10,000 because I multiplied by 20. Hypothetically, it's as if I had 200,000 for NASDAQ. Now, I don't want to use this example because the margin impact is still here, and it's still a collateral that I must have in the account to open a position. Free, I must have it free, right? In my free margin. Okay. Yes. Are there any questions regarding what I've explained so far about the leverage? Any questions, guys? This is your moment. Seda, this is a good question if it's good or bad, right? I guess that you're referring to the leverage. Is it good or bad to use leverage, right? If you should use it or not. So look, first of all, you have no other choice but to use it because you're trading CFDs, contract for difference. The leverage is embedded in the system. It's on the platform by default. Again, there is a question here. As you can see, if it's possible to lower the leverage, but to eliminate the leverage completely, I'm not aware of such an option. Could be, but again, I'm not aware. And so to use it or not, it's not really a choice. To depend on it or not, that's a doable thing. Meaning, if I'll have $50,000 in the account and I want to, this is not such a good example. Let's suppose that I want to take a single unit and I have 50,000. So I have the leverage. I have the leverage, but I'm not using the leverage. I'm not depending on the leverage because I have enough anyway, right? I even have enough to take 3 shares, right? Yeah. So that's how it goes. I'll put that on the original question so we will remember. Oh, maybe I should have done it this way, and then it wouldn't take so much space from this lovely list that we have here. Well, I just hope that it's understood. But again, this webinar is recorded, so you can always see it again. And the answer for the other one, we have that. It's possible, yes. Okay. Can you let me know what is the tag, please? Okay, on the welcome screen, it's say to copy and paste it and to send it to your account manager for personalized trading session. Andrea, right? Andrea, you're the one who asked me that. Can you specify what was on the message? Because I do want to help you, but I guess every case is more specific. Can you specify what was on the message? What was on the screen that asked you to place it? I will explain what is a tag, no problem. But I'm just wondering anyway. Okay, I'll get to that. I was just reading it briefly. It said that on the first screen. Okay. What is a good entry point? That's analysis. Should I use signals? That's also analysis. But I guess that, well, I guess that we can get them both. No. We're not going to do that. We're just going to take the first one, the second one actually. What is the good entry point? Okay, so guys, who can tell me what is a good entry point? And also, if we are at a good entry point, what do you think with NASDAQ? is now a good place to enter a trade. What do you think, guys? I'm just gonna play some things here on the chart just to show you some things, right? But in the meantime, you can reply with your opinion. Oh. Tell me, do you think that currently it's a good price to sell or to buy? Is that a good place to enter a trade now? Getting to the entry point, okay. But guys, again, is this right now? Right now, what are we looking at right now? This is a very nice bullish candle, right? We have two negative candles and one positive candle after we had three. So there is a nice formation here, up, down, and now up. So I would say if in here, just a second, just to show you, right? Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but between here and here, there is $736. From here to here, there is 670, right? Now, tell me, do you think that now, with the current trade, is a good place to enter, or you would wait for something to happen and only then enter? Let me rephrase, okay? Perhaps it will be easier. If I'll take a buy now, what advantage do I have from taking this buy? What can I rely on what we're looking at right now that can indicate me it's still in a positive trend? If I would buy it here, just a second. If I would buy it here, what would make more sense? Something, right? What do you think? So to enter a trade, I have three possibilities to enter a trade, right? I have more, but we're gonna focus on three. One is with the trend. With the trend means right now it's positive, I'm gonna take a buy. Against the trend, that means that I'm gonna take a sell. Now it's going up, but I'm gonna take a sell. Or after the trend. What does that mean exactly after the trend? After the asset will change its direction. Meaning there are levels on the chart which are called support and resistance. This is a support and that is a support. Now, how do I define support and resistance? Support and resistance are defined by being edge points on the chart, pivot points. This one, as an example, has occurred a week ago. Let me just clarify that. You see, if I'll change the crosshair, it's going to let me get the information from the candles. Till now, it's just placing some things from the inventory, but now when I want to examine a candle, I must change the crosshair. So you see, yesterday, a week ago, right? The lowest point was 14,139. I'm getting it from here. I'm getting the numbers from here, okay? Watch when I point on it, it shows your 23rd. The lowest point was 14,139, okay? That was even a little lower than what we're looking at right now, but never mind. There is another nice support line here, okay? They're already, this one broke a week ago, okay? The line that I'm at right now, okay? Perhaps No, it hasn't. It did break. It did break. I hope that you can see it. You see, there was a tiny support line here, but it broke it. Okay, it's not as strong. Now, when it breaks the support line, but it doesn't break it in a significant way, what can possibly happen? I want you to examine those two leftovers from the candles, right? I want you to see something. You see what I've put around the rectangle. See, the rectangle is here, showing us nothing. But if I'll change back to candles, we see those two tails. Now, those two tails could be sign of retracement when in a formation that we have here. I want you to see that every time it went down, not every time, but commonly in the past segment that we had, in here it went back up, in here it went back up, right? So it's not a formula, but it happens very, very commonly. I want you to see how many times it happens before reversal. In here it didn't, by the way. Okay, just slightly. Never mind. So you see in the support line, it would make sense to me if I want to buy now. I don't know how far up can Nasdaq possibly go. Okay, but I know that if I'll buy in here, I have an advantage because of this tiny leftover from the candle, right? Now again, what are those thin lines? Those thin lines are prices that the asset has went through already, meaning that if God forbid, well, not God forbid, but if Nasdaq is going to go down again to this level, and it's not going to break it, it's not going to exceed the support line, I can assume that it's going to reverse. Okay. Again, it's not a formula. It needs to be backed up with certain formation, like head and then shoulders, which is not. We don't have it presently, never mind. But the idea is that either I buy or sell now, or I wait for something to happen. And if I wait, I need a certain area which I feel more secured with. Okay, as we said in this particular example, if it goes down to this level and it goes back up, I can assume that it will carry on up. But right now, it seems like we're in the middle of the trend. We're not even in the middle. We are, you see, it kept on going. Let me show you that. You see how nicely it keeps on going. This is we're looking at days. This is the day yesterday. Look how far up it already got it. Okay. All right. So a good that was the question was not the entry point. It was a good entry point. So to tell you what is a good entry point, I could never know. I can just tell you that everything could be good. The question is how you look at it and how far you're looking at it. So if I'm analyzing weeks, right? My entry point could be, I don't want to waste time on that, but I guess you understood. I can either buy or sell now, or I can wait for something to happen in here to sell, or in here to sell, or if it goes considerably down, perhaps to sell, or in here where I showed you, perhaps I could possibly buy now. Okay, or if it passes this one considerably. There are many ways to find an entry point, but there are three main options: with the trend, against the trend, or possibly after a reversal. Yeah, is that good to? So with the trend, against the trend, after the trend, right? Right. So we're going to put this one. Good entry point can be selected after reviewing resistance level and according to technical and fundamental analysis. How exactly fundamental analysis help us with finding an entry point? How does that even make sense? I'll tell you. Because fundamental analysis sometimes is based on reports. And if in a report I have a specific number that a company aimed for and it didn't go for that number, it didn't reach that number, that affects the company's performances. Not the performances, but the audience opinion about that company. So for instance, how can I you know what, fundamental analysis, let's use Tesla as an example. Tesla, okay? Tesla, the forecast was I don't know, to sell, again, this is not real numbers, but the forecast was to sell 2 million cars, 2 million vehicles in a quarter, right? Let's say in 3 months, right? And the actual was much less than that. Let's say not much less. Let's make it 2.7, right? What do you think? What do you think? Oh, sorry. What do you think that can possibly happen if Tesla doesn't reach that number? Again, it's also not a formula, right? But what do you think that can happen if Tesla doesn't sell as many cars as they thought they would? It's more based on revenue, by the way. It's not really based on how many cars, but I'm just using it as an example that it's easy to understand. But never mind. Okay, what do you think if they thought they were going to sell 2 million cars and they sold only 1.7 million cars? Are their stock is doing well or it's not doing well? No. I understand, Carson, that I can never know. That was not the point. That was not the point. The point is, if we're looking at logic here, I'm a company. I was aiming to make 2 million to sell 2 million cars. I sold only 1.7. Okay, as a KPI. Now, if I didn't do it, I can expect my stock to go negative, right? Yeah, exactly. So if I'm expecting it to go down, and now we have a scenario like, let's open Tesla just a second. Well, that's already by itself. It's showing you that. Oh, why is it on Nasdaq? This alone is showing us that Tesla is not at its highest point, right? Yeah, exactly. No, I was just using an example, but apparently it did it by itself. You know what? Let's turn the table. Let's turn the table because it's already down. Let's turn the table. Let's suppose that they've done considerably well, right? See, 2 million, and now we see that they are down, right? They are pretty down. Now, does that mean I should buy now? I just saw the report, right? I just saw the report. They're telling us, listen, guys, we did amazing, right? We did amazing. And now we're looking at the report. Their stock before the announcement doesn't look too good. Okay, what do you think? Is that a good place to buy or no? Is this a good entry? Carson, what do you think? Is this a good entry or not? To buy now, exactly. To buy now. Why to buy now? Because they can go up. Exactly. So that's the logic. I'll be frank with you guys. Those kind of things we already know before it happens, before the official announcements, because there are lots of estimations. So sometimes we already know how the company is doing even before the reports, but they're launching the reports with, we call it, full transparency, so it helps. But never mind, we're just learning here, so it doesn't need to be real numbers. Let me turn it back. I hope that I can do it. Otherwise, no. Okay, never mind. Actual and forecast. Yeah, let's do it this way. Okay. And let's get rid of this. Okay. Now. Okay. And the last question that we had on this page was the signals. To be honest, what about in here? And oh, that's the thing with the tag, no problem. To overcome. Okay. All right. Should I use signals, guys? What do you think? Should you use signals or not? Let me show you something, just how it works. But I'm going to put the answer here anyway. Signals can be an amazing additional layer of analysis. There is no guarantee that, there is no guarantee for signals to be 100% accurate. That's why analysis is required anyway. So Danny, what's the purpose of using signals if we have to analyze by ourselves, right? Every time I'm explaining about signals, people ask something like that. Oh, sorry, I made it $100. You see, I'm thinking about money. It's good. So what's the point using signals if I still need to analyze? Let me show you an example. Let's go with, just a second. Let's go. Okay, so first, to use the signals, I'm going to click on the signals, right? Secondly, let's find ourselves something to analyze. How is crude oil doing? Now, I want you to see how comfortable that thing is. I'm just going to click it, view signal, and I'm going to expand through those two. You remember we spoke about support and resistance? We already have it here predetermined from the signal provided by the Trading Central. Okay, and we can see here, oh, this is 1 minute. We're going to change it to 1 day. And we can see in here, we have two scenarios, buy scenario and a sell scenario. Now, if I don't look at the market at all, and I don't do analysis, I just blindly go with a buy. Yeah? Is it reasonable trade, but avoid support and resistance line? Yeah, absolutely. You saw that it already placed what I clicked on. You saw? Let me get rid of it. And I'll do it again. Click on the view signal. Look how comfortable that thing is. Just going to click on the buy. Everything is already here. Take profit and stop loss. I'm just going to do it quickly to save time, guys. But you should know that I can explain if it's really mandatory for you to do what I do here. I've got no problem to teach you that. This is mainly to make things comfortable for me to teach you. Okay, you see those lines that I'm painting? This is just make things a little easier, but it's not mandatory. Okay, so the stop loss and the take profit. I think we haven't discussed this one on the session. Therefore, this is where you see 82.45 is where I'm hypothetically planning to close my position, and 80.75, you see it's almost at it. right? So why do I need to do analysis? I need to do analysis to see that the signals is still viable. That the signal is still viable. I don't want to use a signal that is I don't want to say expired, but you know what? There is no other way to describe it. I mean, shouldn't be a problem to say it, right? You see when the signal was produced. Yeah, so it's been a while. It's been some time. This is why I still need to do analysis to make sure I'm not going to go with the signal that is already passed. Yeah, as soon as the signals is produced, so it has, I don't want to say the highest accuracy, right? But it has it's produced at the minute. And as time goes by, one scenario is getting stronger, another scenario is getting weaker, right? We have a buyer and a sell. If I would go for a sell, it would look the opposite, right? And I would almost be able to close with a take profit if it keeps going down and I take the sell. Therefore, signals still require you to open your eyes and look at the chart. Okay. Let's see where we're standing. What else we have here? Okay. Possible to lower my leverage. Okay. How to overcome? That's an interesting question, but first we're gonna take care of the question we received primarily. Yes. So the tag, oh, hold on. Was this, oh, sorry. No. Welcome screen. Okay, can you explain what is a tag and how to use it? Okay. Tag is the, how can I explain it in a way that will be very, very clear? The tag is a mark for a certain group for who brought a client to the company. Meaning, if I now bring somebody to AvaTrade, right? And I want to become a partner with AvaTrade. I know many people that would like to trade. AvaTrade being a flawless broker with amazing service. I want to refer my friends over there and to become a partner. How does AvaTrade know about my clients and how much I deserve and which services I want my clients to receive? All of these things are defined by that mark. That mark is saying this number that he belongs, is not, it doesn't belong to me, but I'm the one who brought the client, okay, to the company. And I can decide, well, I can ask AvaTrade to assist me and provide this client with certain services. So providing me with a tag, I know what this client deserves to receive, or maybe not, does not deserve to receive, right? That depends. So going back to signals, can you help explain what it means when it say what target to look for? I'll try, Susie, but no guarantees because I have another question here. I'll try. Okay, I'll do my best. Why didn't it let me paste it on the chart? Oh, it's not on the chart. It's on the presentation. Just a second. I'm struggling here, guys. Well, there we go. But you'll have to specify for me, my dear. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, and then it will be easier for me to answer. I'm not sure about this question. Can you explain? I don't know the target to look for. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly what it means. If you can elaborate, it would be great. And as I was explaining, Andrea, about the tag, so what it means is that I can qualify for certain things that AvaTrade can give me and assist me along my journey. One of the things is to help you with the account, right? Certain tags deserve service that can assist you with the account, providing you with assistance with a plan, with a strategy, with risk money management, and all kind of things. You see, for example, I'm gonna use a code to give you guys to send your account manager, and at the end of it, you're gonna enjoy the one-on-one premium market review. So that's by itself is very, very valuable. Yeah, I hope that it's understood. The tag is usually something that you can receive from the person who brought you to the company. Okay, usually you can receive the tag from him or from your account manager. How can you overcome revenge trading? Guys, what is revenge trading? Who knows what is revenge trading? Please enlighten us. Who asked me this question? Mawansa, right? Mawansa, can you please explain what is revenge trading? Who wants to revenge who and why? Why is it called revenge trading? Such a hostile name. Let me pick an asset. I think when I saw crude oil a minute ago. Oh, sorry, that's in energies. Right, so revenge trading is an outcome for not achieving what I wanted. So for instance, I thought, God forbid, I took here a buy, thinking it's going up, but it didn't. Yeah. And in this case, I don't have to tell you guys that I had losses instead of profits. Okay, what's the next thing that I want to do? What's the first thing that I will try to do, guys? Again, as a human being, I don't want to act like an angel and say, no, it's fine. Nobody likes to lose money, right? Nobody likes it. So the first thing that you do, what is the first things that come in your mind, right? You lost money and now you want to have it back. Thank you, Carson. Can I have it back from the market? Is that possible? Guys, what do you, the ego kicks in and you panic trade. Thank you, Andrea. Meaning, I lost some money. Now, what do I want to do? I want to recover. I lost 100 quid. I want to recover. Furthermore, I want to make profits. Now, my initial decision versus my revenge, my first decision, my first choice versus my revenge position. Okay, I need to think now if it's the same. If I, for the first position, I analyze and I do risk money management and I look at the chart and I read the news and I look at my margin and I do it very carefully, right? And I put time and effort to make it. What about my revenge position? Do I do the same preparations as the first, or it's a bit different, the decision? What do you think? Very fast. What do you mean by very fast, Frank, if I may ask? The second one is fast or the first one is fast? Not even think about it. Okay, not even think about it. So, well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Look, the first choice, it was before I lost money, right? The first choice, it was before. So I was calm and I had the time and I had the patience. Why not? Another one. No, 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 no. No, no, that's not Tukunda. That's not revenge trading. Revenge trading is when I open a position, I know I've done a mistake, I lose money, and then I want to recover on the spot, impulsively. Okay, impulsive is the major, how can I say it? That's the core for revenge trading. Revenge trading means that I'm impulsive. And I don't want to be impulsive because impulsive means that I don't put time and effort into analysis, and I'll be very lucky to make profits on that position because sometimes I don't even think. I just impulsively make a choice out of my emotion and not out of my head. Yeah, that's revenge trading. Now the question here is how to overcome revenge trading, right? So how can I overcome that? That's a bad habit, right? I open a position, I lose, I want to recover, I start being in a very emotional. So how can I overcome the revenge trading? Which I can tell you right now, guys. I see people not commenting, but we're human beings, right? So it's very difficult to eliminate completely your emotions when you're trading with the money that you worked for so hard. So how do you overcome revenge trading? Still, how do you not do that? Anybody knows? Anybody has a solution for that? A different state of mind. Thank you, Rajan. What do you mean, Rajan? A different state of mind? I have my own state of mind. How can I change my state of mind? And again, it's not practical enough to. I mean, if I'll write down to change the state of mind, with all the respect, I'm not sure that it will contribute anything. I mean, you're right, but there is no practical way for me to write it down for the audience. I need something for the audience. Not to be scared to lose. Also, not to be scared to lose is might be right, but again, nobody likes to lose money, so that's the idea. To make a plan. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. So to make a plan, David, how does that help making a plan? There you go, Natukunda as well, by drawing a plan. So Natukunda and David, how exactly does that help me with revenge trading? How a plan has to do something with revenge trading? Because okay, that makes sense. The loss is part of the plan, but again, if it's part of the plan, still I might react emotionally, but I completely understand, and it's completely right. Okay, by drawing a plan. So, putting down a plan with expected losses and exposure can help. Oh, maybe I should write it down there. And then can help with opening. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm gonna read to you what I wrote down, guys. I barely have time to share with you the links, but I'll do my best. Eventually putting down a plan with expected losses and exposure can help with opening a position, with not opening a position impulsively as a revenge trading. Yeah, I hope it makes sense. Susie, I don't have time, unfortunately, for giving you an answer. I'm so sorry, I apologize. Just a second. I hope that you can still see my screen, right? I don't know, it just froze for some reason, but okay. Let me try and copy that. Copy that to the chat section. There we go. This is the education link for more educational content. That's for the login page. That's for the help, Sentry, and the FAQ. That's for a real account. And lastly, for the Academy for more videos and explanations. Yeah, lastly, I'm going to provide you with what I promised in the beginning, which is the special promotion code, Q&A benefit. This is, guys, what you need to send to your account manager when received, and he can provide you with one-on-one premium market review. Guys, I appreciate everybody who helped me through the comment questions and the question section. Sorry, what did I say? And it's been a good webinar. I wish you all best of luck. Look after yourselves, make a lot of profits, and have a good day.